Stunner, nigga. Rich gang, 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 like that. Woo. Know what I'm saying?
Boy, what the hell you doing in here throwing up set? You ain't got no job.
What's good, NHG squad? This is your boy NHG OneMic, and welcome back for another interview. We got a special guest in the building. This lady right here. She's I would have to say, the face of Nebula right now. The VIP. The most hated and the most all the guys want her. We got VIP Kitty in the building. What's good?
What's good, one Mike?
Yo, welcome back, man. Glad you came back.
Thank you.
Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I ain't released the BK interview yet, so you probably gonna see that soon. But I asked him what was going on with Problem Child, BK, and Kitty. What happened to the fallout? He explained to me that, him and Finance kind of got back cool again and started chilling. That's when, Problem Child started hating that. I know couple of weeks or a month or so, they made a live stream. They was talking about, it was him. Yeah, it was Problem Child and Seven on live stream talking about Kitty got these people brainwashed. Seven talking about he got so much information on you. If you do something, he gonna release it. Now, I have well, I guess I could say crazy exposed video of you, because he kept on saying that, but he never done it. How do you feel about this whole situation? Why was the reason? Why the breakup? You had 7G, VIP. Y'all were doing big things. Y'all planned on doing a lot of stuff. Why the breakup?
Okay, well, first of all, the 7GIP, everybody, your channel and everybody knows that I wrote really hard for it. VIP knows it, 7G knows it. Everybody on the whole game knows that I was riding for Bory, riding for, like who I think fucks with me in the moment, you know what I mean? He was riding real hard for me. And I guess BK had gotten cool with Finest again, and at the time we were like rivals. We weren't fucking with each other. You remember when Finest was NHG and all that, and there was the beef going on. And so me and Bory had peeped one day that BK had become cool with Finest, and I had a private conversation with Bory on the phone, and I said, like, if BK is cool with Finest and them, why are we, like me and him, why are we gonna beef with somebody that the main person we were beefing for or with is cool with them? And I really didn't have an issue with JC ever to begin with, because like I told you before, me and JC's always been cool all the way up until he started joining in forces with Finest to go against VIP, which has never happened before in history. Like, we've always been cool. So I felt like this was a Finest versus BK competition war, see who could get who on whose sides, whatever. And I wanted out of it. I was like, so one day we were on the server. I had hit JC up and I hit Finest up, and I said, you know what, this shit's stupid. I'm not gonna sit here and beef with somebody over the bullshit that's already been squashed between you and BK. And I guess the word got back to Bory. He saw me say something like LOL at the server, and he started hitting BK up on his phone and telling BK, watch your girl, because your girl, is fucking with Finest, and I know from past shit, blah blah blah, watch your back, this and that and the other. I felt like that was kind of two-faced of Bory to go to BK and tell him something that's not even existing. Like, I didn't ever fuck with Finest like that, okay?
Wow.
So Bory had called BK. They were talking on the phone, and first me and Bory had spoke already. We already agreed on all this, and he was telling me stuff about BK, like Kitty, let's keep shit a buck. Like, BK, he's young, he's already cheated on you, he's already done this, that, and the other.
Wow.
If you're gonna why are you still fucking with him? Like, he was kind of going back and forth. Like, he was going to me and telling me certain things about BK, which was true. He didn't tell me that was nothing that wasn't true. I mean, the shit that we spoke on, he was telling me like factual shit. You know, he's
Man.
young, blah blah blah. You know, like I kind
Yeah.
of warned you about this shit in the beginning, yada yada. And then BK had let me listen to him and Bory talk, and the whole time Bory bashed me. And at this time, me and Bory was like tight. Like we were like, that was the homie right there. That's who I'm playing games
Yeah.
with. That's who I'm
That
chilling with.
was.
That's who I'm in party with. We're riding and dying, right? So when I heard him say all that, that shit like hurt because why are you playing both sides of the fence when it comes to me and BK and Finest? When I've never fucked with Finest. I never would. I never will. I don't fuck with him like that. We
You
were
don't have a
cool.
shot.
No. I mean, me and Finest were cool, but he's too full of himself. He's too full of himself. He thinks that, to be honest, I think that he really only wanted to fuck with me to fuck with BK, like to hurt BK or whatever. Like, I don't feel like Finest ever wanted me. I think they're just a bunch of trolls. Like, anybody who claims that they want me on this game, it's usually to fuck somebody else up or whatever. It's not really because they really, like, are feeling me or whatever. Like, I'm talking about the trolls. I'm talking about the people who just say, oh, I'm gonna fuck with Kitty next or this, that, the other, whatever. So when I heard Bory turn on me like that, that's when, you know, I had checked him. And then all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy because I said what I said. Like, why are you saying that I would ever fuck with Finest? Like, first of all, I would never fuck with Finest. And if I want to be cool with somebody on this game, I don't care if it's JC, you, who, if I'm beefing with somebody and I feel like I did something wrong, or I feel like, you know, okay, enough's enough, I'm grown, I want to be cool with somebody, I should have the right to be cool with somebody. And that's, I pay my bills. I could do whatever I want to do on this game. I could be cool with whoever I want to be with on this game. But so he deleted me out of nowhere. And I guess then he had a conversation with Jay Guns a couple days later because I left him alone after he, you know, he did what he did. I was pissed off. He was pissed off. I wasn't going to end our relationship, like friendship. I was just going to like let us cool down. Like, you know, shit happened. Just let the dust settle. And then all of a sudden, he had a conversation with Seven on the Friday before they had the live stream about Kitty So Soft, okay? So they had a conversation, and I guess they had come to a conclusion on how I'm some type of drama queen or whatever they came up with that night. Like, it was all about, like, fuck Kitty. You know, she did all this to us and whatever. Which nothing I've ever said to Bory was lies, and nothing I've ever said to Seven was lies. So I really don't know what was said.
It was all your fault. But I was watching that live
Right.
stream. It made it seem like it was all on you. You did this whole thing. So man.
To be honest, I've never watched the full live stream. I've only heard about 6 minutes into it, and I was like, man, I'm not wasting 3 hours of my life listening to people lie on my name. So I'm just gonna shut it off. I'm not gonna pay attention to it. So I've only listened to what people told me about the situation or whatever. But at the end of the day, anything Bory's ever come to me and told me about Seven has been facts. Like, Bory came to me all the way back on home and told me straight out that Jay Guns has been recording me from day one, which clearly from Jay Guns, all of his lives, he's showed clips of me talking about other people and this and that and the other. So he's done it. So Bory was right on that. And then vice versa, Jay Guns would come to me and tell me about shit about Bory. So they've always been rivals towards each other. So anything I've ever said was actual factual shit. I've never lied on nobody. And so when I asked Jay Guns, at the time we were cool. So before that Saturday thing happened, I was talking to Bory, and Bory was like, oh, well, that's not what Seven said, this, that, and the other. He's like, I'm going to bring him in here. Well, it was supposed to be a conversation between me and Bory only. He brought him in there. I felt like I got set up because when he came in there, just before that, I had said, me and Seven is cool. And he's like, oh, well, that's not what he said. He said, y'all ain't cool. And I'm like, oh, really? I said, well, that's news to me because me and Seven ain't, and we don't have no issues. You know what I mean? Like, I never had no issues with 7B. I was actually going to alliance 7B with 7G And
What?
Bory knew, yeah, we were gonna all be
What?
alliance together. That's
Oh
what our next
wow.
move was. Yeah, so we were all gonna
That would have
be
been a
fam.
powerful move right there.
That's what we were gonna
Damn.
do. And then the Liza situation happened at the time. The Liza situation happened, and I told Bory, I said, maybe it's not such a good idea because at the time she was coming at us, vice versa, whatever. So I said, maybe we should hold off on that, like let's just
Yeah.
see where it rides out because I don't want no controversy in the fam, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, I told you I didn't want to do it from the jump. I'm like, I know. Well, my mistake. I make mistakes too, like it is what it is. So we held off on the alliance, and that's when Bory had said basically, to Seven some stuff about me on that Friday night that made Seven come at me. And so the next day, when they had set me up on that Saturday, he said this. He's like, I'm going to bring him in here right now because he's got a lot he wants to say to you. And I said, okay, cool, because, I didn't have no issues with Seven. Well, Seven came in that party, and I mean, you could go back to the live stream and listen to it now. He started off on, no, fuck you, bitch, blah, 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 bitch, calling me out my name. And at the time, my little guy was in the room. Like, he's 3 years old. Little guy's in the room. My daughter's right there. I was just having a normal conversation with Bory like we always do. I wasn't going to sit there and have somebody, because me, I'm going to go off. I'm not going to do that in front of my kids. So I was just like, I just left the party. And they had a 3.5 hour conversation about, oh, she left the party because she
Yeah, I
knows
seen
she's
that. I seen
guilty.
that.
Yeah, she knows she's guilty and this and that and the other. No, I'm not going to have nobody come at me like that. When I'm thinking on my end, we're cool. I don't even know what the issue is.
Yeah, I was
But you could
supposed to have a
explain the issue.
civilized conversation, but it seemed like when Seven jumped in, he was just screaming at the top of his lungs like
It was a setup. Like, oh, let's two grown men attack this female because we feel like she's a troublemaker. Like, I'm a troublemaker because of me, and I didn't even add Finest. I never had him on my list or anything. All I said was LOL to him at the time. We weren't cool. We were just like not fighting. That's all.
I did feel like Pablo Child was at least trying to work it out, but I just felt like Seven just fucked the whole thing up for this coming
No,
at your
what
neck.
happened was is me and Bory realized this is goofy. Why are we fighting over some stupid shit? And we talked for like an hour. We added each other back. We were back cool. And then Seven, yeah, and so I think that he knows that he fucked up a little bit by talking too much information about whatever. But after that live stream, the Monday, supposedly somebody had called the police on Friday and made a false claim about me living with a 15-year-old. Some bullshit story.
Oh my gosh. I see
And
that in
then,
the Kik chat. A lot of people was talking
and
about
so Monday afternoon is when they came. So that's when all that shit went down. And that's when I said to myself, enough's enough. I'm not doing this shit no more.
The police
Like, they're bringing
really
this
came
shit
to your
into
house?
real life. Yes.
Wow.
And and I had to go down. I had to go down and make a statement. If I didn't go make a statement, I would have got arrested. So I went and I made a statement. I just said that it was just some online, fighting over a game. I didn't drop no names. I didn't do nothing to nobody. I just basically said, like, I don't know what it is. It's false claims. That's all it was. It's just had to make a report. And it was just an anonymous name. They just told me it was a male that called.
Wow.
I only said what I said to Fancy the day of the incident that had happened because I was heated at the moment. And I said what I said to her because I just said, like, how would you feel if this was happening to you? What's happening to me right now? I didn't say I'm going to do something to, like, make sure that this happens to you or ever wish no ill will against Seven or Fancy or nobody. This is a game to me. This is people that I've known online for a lot of years. I fuck with the game heavy because of the people that I've known for years on here. I don't have no ill will against them. I just didn't understand why they went on the live stream that caused so much drama, basically saying that I date children and stuff like that, which is not actual factuals. You know what I mean?
Doing that, man, that would have caused a lot of problems. For real. Like, what would have happened? They would have took your kids behind that shit, Like, doing that, man.
Well, not really, because
They
it's
wouldn't?
all false claims.
Oh,
They
okay,
never
okay,
gave
okay.
no names. They didn't give no, they didn't have no proof of anything. Like, if you're
Uh,
gonna, first of all, you have to have some proof of anybody doing any type of false stuff on the game.
oh, okay.
I've never done anything. And that's why I had spoke to BK's mom. Me and BK's mom had a full conversation. She had showed me his real ID.
Uh-huh.
So when I found out, like, he really is 19, he wasn't 15 like they were claiming. So
Wow.
that's why me and her had like a 3.5 hour conversation that day, about how old he was and stuff like that and what was going on in the game. Because we feel like they took the shit too far by turning the game into real life. People are calling my mom, people are hitting up. I have people hitting up my cousin, my uncles, my brother,
Yeah.
so it's just, there's a thin line between keeping the shit to the game and then taking it over to real life. And that's what I feel like they're doing to you right now. I feel like they're taking the shit from your real life. The same thing what's happening to me, they're doing to you, all because of some lame, petty shit that has nothing to do with nobody in real life of mine and yours family. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just what it is.
Man, that is tough. That's really crazy. I
So
do want
me and Bory was cool. Me and Bory was cool after that, and then all of a sudden, he chose to delete me again
Wow.
because I guess he took their side. Danger China, I had no issues with her. I had no like the people that they got involved in all this situation. I've never had no issues with. Danger China, we had a little falling out on home like years ago. She went and lied on me and said that she came into a Hollywood Hills place and I was having like mic sex with 32 people or some bullshit
Wow.
like that. I ain't even never had no threesome before, never mind a 32 some. Like, so people are just lying on our names for no reason. That's all. They're just making shit up.
Wow. Damn. Sheesh. Oh, the when I was in the kick, it was a picture they say used at the police department. That was really you in that picture?
I didn't see that.
It was
They
a
don't have no picture of me at no
no,
police
no, no, no. It
department.
was like, oh no, it was somebody took a picture at the police department and it was talking about that was you filing a complaint.
No, they don't have no picture of me at no police station, nothing like that. I don't know what they're talking about. They're making up bullshit.
Okay. Okay,
That's
that's probably a lot
bullshit.
then. Um,
No, I had just told them about it, and the thing is, I never wanted anybody to even know about the situation because
uh-huh.
I didn't want it to escalate. I had only told BK because me and him were kicking, like we were messaging each other at the time he was at school, and
Uh-huh.
I had to leave. Like, so I'm getting dressed and going. I'm like, I can't believe that they actually did this shit. Like, and I didn't blame, I didn't blame Jay Guns and Fancy, but I blamed the fact that they had a live stream talking about how I date kids and all types of stuff like that,
Yeah.
which led to the call being made that night. I mean, 2 and 2 equals 4. They had the live on the Saturday, the same Saturday. That's when the call was placed. They came to my house on Monday. So I just feel like it's
Damn.
his fault for even putting it on live. I don't blame Bory because I don't feel like Bory set me up. I
Yeah.
feel like it was Jay Guns. I feel like Jay Guns used the fact that me and Bory were fighting so that he can use it to his advantage to try and take me down on the game, which is never going to happen because I'm not made off of Bory, and that's a fact. I'm Nobody on this game ever made me, and nobody on this game is ever going to break me, and I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, that's just not, it doesn't matter who I fuck with. Nobody's made me, I made myself, so nobody's
Wow.
gonna break me. Not one person can break me on this game. And if Bory's saying that he's got all types of ammo on me, I got the same type of ammo back on him. So, and that's the thing, I've never put it out. If he's saying he's gonna expose me and he's got all types
Uh-huh.
of ammo, I mean, we've both got shit on each other. I mean, we dated for a whole year and we've known each other for 8. Come on, like.
That's
And I have
crazy,
no
man.
issues with it. I have no issues with it. Like I said, they just have to pull the plug first, and then we'll
Uh-huh.
go there. I mean, I've never exposed nobody on this game. I never pulled the plug on Seven. I've never done all this stuff that they got about Cuddy. They didn't go digging for it. Cuddy gave it to them. They
Wow.
also gave pictures of him dressed as Rick James, dressed as a penguin, dressed like all different Halloween costumes. All like Cuddy is just a goofy like that just
Uh-huh.
dresses up. Period. They just chose to take that and run with it like as if he's gay, which clearly he's not because he's with a female every single day on the game.
Man, that is crazy because I didn't even know Cuddy sent those pictures out. Like he just gave him
Yeah,
like,
Cuddy
look,
gave it to me. He's like, here, you want some
this
more?
me.
Here, I'll give you more. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I'll give you a whole file. But it's still not an exposed
No,
because
I don't think
he's
that was
given
exposed.
and he puts it all on his showstopper account. He put a whole makeup tutorial. He put all kinds of shit. He dressed up like Carlton. He's dressed up like all types of people. So Cuddy is just like one of those people like The Rock. That's like saying The Rock is gay because he did The Nanny. Or The Rock is gay because he did, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is this because he's just an actor. Cuddy, that's why his name is the Showstopper, because he can literally do anything. And as you see, he did the mic up, and he killed Laces. Like, he
Yeah.
killed Laces. Ain't nobody could say he didn't kill Laces.
Let's talk about
So-
that mic up. How you feel about that mic up? Cuddy versus Laces.
Well, I know Cuddy, like, 'cause I know Cuddy real life. So Cuddy was just joking around. Like, Cuddy didn't take that shit serious. That wasn't Cuddy being seriously mad. Cuddy was just copying what everybody else does on the game. Like, going in there and just talking a whole bunch of nonsense and whatever. Now, the person that I know Cuddy really don't fuck with on this game is Jay Guns, because Jay Guns was the one over all these years that have been trying to take down our name as VIP. And it's just a jealousy thing. It's really just a jealousy thing.
Wow.
It's an envious jealousy situation. So if you really wanted to see a real mic up, it would definitely be Cuddy versus Jay Guns, because he doesn't have no issues with nobody on this game. Laces was just like for fun.
It was just for fun. Cause you know,
Just for fun, he's playing a game. He's playing basketball while he was doing that.
yo, when I heard that mic up, I was shocked about Cuddy. Like the reason why I gave him a W, it was because how he handled himself in that mic up. You know, when you get exposed for something like that or something crazy, it's kind of hard to mic up. Like, okay, whatever. So what? He didn't do none of that. He like, yeah, I wear a dress. I'm not scared of that. I will beat your ass with a dress on. Nigga, what you talking about? Something? That's why I gave him that W, because he handled himself well.
Too.
And he did good. And the reason why I give Laces that L, because yeah, you exposed him, but you didn't really, because he tried to use when you wear dresses, you do this. He didn't go hard with the information. Simple as that. He didn't go hard. That's how Cuddy won, because he just kept on. He handled himself well. He actually dialed some of his questions and throw the questions back at him. So it was like, this was a obviously win. Like, Cuddy he handled himself well. You know, I gave Laces that L. He did good, but he just wasn't ready for Cuddy. Cuddy just came out of nowhere. I believe Laces was ready, but when Cuddy came in there and turned to a Incredible Hulk, Laces was like, whoa, hold up. Oh no. But he tried. I will give him that he did try. But Cuddy came out
And you
top.
know what? Cuddy felt bad afterwards. Because Cuddy don't do this shit. Like, Cuddy don't go at people like that, and he don't, you know, it's just all fun and games at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know? And he felt bad afterwards. He's like, I felt bad that I did that to him, this, that, and the other. Like, he's not going to sit there and pretend to fight with somebody to get some type of, like, win on YouTube or nothing like that. Like, he just does it for fun. But, you know, he gave him props. He gave Laces props for coming in the party.
Yeah.
You know, he gave him props. You know, I have to give it to him because of all the people that were talking shit, you know, of everybody that had something to say about Cuddy in all those Kik chats. None of them came to the party. We invited every single person into that party, and nobody came in but Laces. So Cuddy was like, I got to give him props. Even though we weren't going to jump nobody, we would have all shut our mics off. Like, because we don't do the booting shit. VIP don't do none of the corny booting shit. We don't do none of the whole jumping shit. That's why I feel like the other night when Jay Guns had his live stream going and he called upon BK, and see, he instigated the Bory and BK fight. And this is why I say instigated, because I heard him instigating it on there. Oh, why you ducking Bory? Why you ducking Bory? And so he instigated that situation, and BK went in there, and he basically got side busted, attacked, all kinds of shit, and you gave me a L for BK jumping in with fancy, right?
Yep.
So so that's just your rules. If somebody jumps in or somebody interrupts or does something to fuck up the mic up, that person gets an automatic L.
Yep.
Well, that's what happened with BK and with Dilly. They were trying to send a 12-year-old kid at Dilly. Dilly's like, I am not going to mic up with no 12-year-old. Like, you got me fucked up. I'm not going to sit here and yell at a child. And for the fact that they would even put a 12-year-old on the mic to fight anybody, like to argue with anybody, just shows their type of character. Like, I would never go get my daughter's 13. I would never tell my daughter to come in here and mic up with even Rosa that's 15. Like, what does that show you about the type of ethics that they have in their life? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's wrong with your voice, Jay Guns? Like, why doesn't he, like, step up and say, listen, you leave the party, let me handle BK. I'm a grown man and BK wants the beef, let me handle it. Why is he even putting Bory, a 12-year-old kid, everybody else in the mix when BK's clearly talking to 7?
Yep. That's why.
So
What I
he
did.
goes and looks for it on the game. He goes and looks for like the lamest beefs on the game, but he won't mic up with Cuddy. He won't mic up with nobody. And even when he does, all he does is sit there and go, yeah. Like, nobody wants to hear that shit. You know, like, that, if you listen to, and he says that he beat Mary's ass too. I'm sorry, but Mary beat the shit out of Jay Guns. I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm not even saying that because I'm cool with either, because right now, as far as I know it, Mary ain't cool with me. Jay Guns ain't cool with me. I'm just giving my opinion. That's just my opinion. Mary beat the shit out of Jay Guns. Like, she says straight up, like, you're living off of a female, having a female's child in the background mocking me with you. Like, who does that? What kind of parents are you? Why would you have somebody's children in the background doing that shit? You feel what I'm saying?
Sheesh. Oh my god. Yeah, that is true. That Michael situation, that was supposed to be what Problem versus Josiah, but all of a sudden it was Mary going against 7. It was going at it, and Mary did her thing. Still pants down. She just did her thing with that one.
Yes, she did. And you know what? And like I said, she deserves it. She does good in mic ups. I heard she wanted to have a mic up with me. Like, I don't know why, because me and her were cool, but I guess see, they were getting in her ear telling her that I was saying stuff, and I wasn't. Like, I don't get on here to talk about nobody. I don't really, you know, I don't do that whole bullshit. And now, as far as I know it, like, things are all cooled down with me and all the females and stuff like that. As far as I know now, it's just Jay Guns versus Kitty. Like, he just wants to take me down for whatever reason.
It was like, well, I know what 7 was micing up. You know, he was micing up against Keon. I think he mic'd up with Dilly. Then he mic'd up with BK. Like, it's levels to get to you. That's how I see it. Like, y'all trying to mic up with Kitty. Y'all gotta go through levels. You gotta go through Keon. You gotta go through Dilly. You gotta go through BK. You might have to go through Cuddy. I mean,
well, I know me and Liza had an issue, and Josiah asked me to come into a live stream and to go on it. And I trust Josiah because of the fact that I know he's not going to boot me and he's not going to boot her. And I just trusted him in it. So I said, you know what? And my son wasn't home at the time. So I was like, you know what? Let me go in there and beat this Chinese ass at the time,
I can't believe
Like,
you was about to mic up with her.
Him. So, Brian. Yeah. I was going to go as Kitty versus Brian.
But that's his name?
So, yeah, that's his name. Yeah. Liza, Brian, whatever. And so the way that I feel is that I went in the live stream for an hour and a half with Josiah waiting for Liza to come, and she never showed up. And I'm not gonna waste my time. Like, I got real life time. This is my real life time I'm wasting on this game. You're not gonna jump me in a party with 7 people.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been a one-on-one, and you know Josiah don't jump in.
No, he don't. He
Josiah don't jump in. Right. And I trusted him, just like I trust you too. Like, I knew that you weren't trying to set nobody up too. So But to go into like a party with Bory, I trusted until the time when, but he explained to me he didn't know Jay was gonna come in there on a live stream coming at me like that. So that's why I was like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. Like, I get it. It wasn't your fault. I felt set up at the time. That's why I
Yeah,
left. I'm not gonna get set up by people. Like, if we're gonna do a one-on-one, it's gonna be a one-on-one. Period.
man. Uh, you making know what that came about. You going against her.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't even a
Uh huh.
mic up to me. Like I said, I have conversations with people. I don't ever look at it like I'm really micing up with somebody. I'm just having a
Shit.
conversation and just speaking facts on what I know. And me and Fancy have always been cool since we got to know each other on the game. We never had no personal issues or nothing like that. We used to be in a side chat where it was just all of us
Word.
girls, like I thought Fancy was cool people. I never ever rubbed in her face, mine and Jay's little like situation that we
Uh.
had going on because me and Jay Guns were never really official. But I've never rubbed it in her face or tried to like belittle her as a female or nothing like that. And I just feel like again, Jay got in her ear about me and tried to turn her against me. And now, like, I'm just gonna put this on the live stream now because, or not the live stream, but on the interview, I'm gonna say it like this. I don't have no issues with none of those people. I don't go in the kick chats and go attack them. I don't send nobody at them. I don't send Dilly and Keon. Like, they keep saying I keep sending people at them, but I don't. I don't have no issues with them. I like females. I fuck with
Word.
females on the game. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and go tell people I want to mic up with them or nothing like that. I'm like you. I like listening to the shit.
Yeah,
I'll sit
yeah.
there and listen. I'll sit there and judge my damn self.
Shoot.
And that's all it is to me. It's just fun. It's just
Yeah.
entertainment. It's kind of like watching Tito Ortiz versus somebody else. That's all it is. It's just
But
entertainment. Half of the people they twisted half of the people to hate me for no reason. I never had an issue with Taz, never had an issue with Fast, other than what Fast
uh,
coming at me for what other people are telling him. I feel like Jay Guns is the mastermind between everybody hating Kitty right now, and that's just my honest opinion.
man.
It's not. I don't feel like it's anybody else. I feel like that's where the hate is coming from.
Yo, hey, yeah, I think you're right about that one. Um, that Michael we did with Fancy, I thought that shit was so funny because it was a joke you said. What was it? It was a I don't know if it was a picture or a video, but you were like, that's why y'all two be masturbating on my picture. Cause Jay, cause I guess Seven still have pictures of you. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, they got videos and pictures and all kinds of shit. I'm like,
I
dang,
didn't know
like,
this that Michael was gonna turn to a sex Michael. Cause you was up here like, you want to hear me more? I get Miss Wish to more. We could do it. I'm like, yo, this turned into a sexy Michael now. Like, how can I judge this? So like, yo, okay.
me and Fancy, I never had an issue with Fancy till she called
Uh,
me slow. When she called me slow, I was like, yo, I know you're not calling me slow when you sound slow yourself. Like, but again, it's
yeah,
it's all fun and games, and I wasn't really going at her like that. And like I heard now, things are like
yeah,
chilled
it
down.
did.
Things are gonna be chilled down with it. And so again, I don't have nothing against nobody. If as long as they just stay in their own lane, I stay in my own lane
Yeah,
always.
yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
True. But you and Faz, like when I looked in the kid chat, I know Faz was coming, was talking shit about you. Um, I thought you and Faz was cool. Like, I was.
we were. And again, Seven instigated it. See, Fast had come to me on the server when Nebula was getting real dead. It was dry, and it was basically like 7B and
Uh,
like Sote and just like a couple chill fams just chilling around, whatever. And he had asked me one day, he said, Kitty, he said, do you think I made a good move by going to 7B? And I said, Fast, you do what's best for you.
uh,
Like whatever, if that's what you feel you want to do, you feel like 3W's not on the game no more. Like me personally, I've always saw Fast chilling with Hawk and Dilly, and like they were all like a ride
yeah,
or die squad. And I think that Jay Guns took that opportunity to take fast and pull him in by using the fact that Dilly and Hawk isn't around, because Hawk is always at work now and Dilly hardly ever gets on the game. So he used that to his advantage to get Fast on his team. And then he told Fast some bullshit about me, which made Fast turn on me. And like I always said, I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
go at Fast. Like I'm not. This is not my style. Like, but it is what it is. Like I said, I never had no issues with Fast. I didn't have issues with half the people that have
Yeah.
issues with me. It's just created off of other people. And I showed you what he said to me on Christmas,
Yes. Oh my.
and
Whoa.
like
Like
that's
that was
that's where
on
I drew the line
Christmas.
with Seven right there. On Christmas
Wow.
Day, he was like, "Fuck your Christmas, bitch. I am Satan. Fuck your Jesus can't even save you." All the stuff that he said to me. That's the day I said to him, you know, you need Jesus. Like, don't ever sit here and come to me. I mean, his name is grimy. He claims he's grimy. He's a grimy individual. He's making grimy moves on
Mm-hmm.
the game. This is why Megatron blocked him from day one, because he's like, Mega's like, you're not getting to me. Like, anything you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you're not getting to me. Who are you to get to me? And that's how I feel too. It's like, you're not getting to me no more. If you want to expose me, don't threaten me. Just do it. I'm not about threats. Like,
But
just
damn,
do it. Don't
it's
sit here and hold
it's
something over
Christmas
my head.
Day. That's the time when you spend time with your family and the kids. There shouldn't even be no arguing. So
Hmm.
doing all that, maybe he wasn't.
Well, did you see what I said to him? You seen what I said to him, right?
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
did
Merry
say.
Christmas. Enjoy your day.
He was being
Enjoy
polite
your
too.
day. Have a good. I didn't let him get to me.
Man, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna let
He
him
was
get to me like that. He's
he was
not gonna
definitely
get to
thinking
me like
about you
that.
on Christmas Day now. Wow.
He sent me a picture of the devil on Christmas Day, and this is what people think is
What?
cool. Like, I'm sorry, but if yeah, he put the devil in there. He put a picture of the devil. He put a picture of a burning Christmas tree. He told me basically, fuck your kids. He told me all
Wow.
kinds of shit that day. And I was like, you know what? Have a good day. You know, enjoy yours. And yeah, it is what it is. I've never said fuck his dead brother. I've always been
Mm-hmm.
there through anytime he's ever needed me for anything in life. I've always been there for him. So him saying that I brought his name down all these years, this is actually the first time I'm speaking on all the shit that
All
he's
right.
ever done to me throughout all these years. Cause I ain't never done nothing to him, and nobody could say that I ever did. Nobody.
Wow. Damn.
So
Oh my God, that's crazy. Well, I hope you had a good Christmas. Did you? Yeah,
yeah,
of
I did.
course,
Did
of
you?
course. Spend time with the family, the kids, open up their
Yeah.
gift. They loved it. So,
Mhm. Exactly. That's what it's all
um,
about.
I want to talk about the exposed video on me. Um, there's been a lot of drama going on about the situation with BK. This how it all started when I give BK this W. A lot of people been on my head. I was almost got set up. uh, yeah,
Wow. That don't surprise me. I mean, if they did it to a female, why wouldn't they do it to you? They're trying to take over your job, and that's why I said what I said to you in
uh,
private yesterday when I said, don't ever stop what you're doing. You're obviously doing something right. If people are looking for a W or
man.
whatever, they're hitting you up for an interview or
Mm-hmm.
they're hitting you up, you're doing something right. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, people are looking to you for
Yep.
your opinion, so they shouldn't get mad at what you choose, because in a mic up, there's always going to be a
Yep.
W and a L. Somebody's going to have to take it. You can't keep
That's
pleasing everybody.
simple.
I didn't come at you sideways when you
Hell
gave me an
no.
L, did I?
You sure did.
I was like, it is
Yeah.
what it is, and if people fuck with you, they'll fuck with you. Period. Like if they fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with you regardless. Even when you went at JC was like, I'm
Uh-huh.
mad at you right now, but
Yeah.
we're gonna be cool next week. We're cool. Like it's
Yep.
just all jokes, and you know what? It's just one man's
Yes.
opinion. Just because you gave somebody something doesn't mean that it's right. You're
Mm-hmm.
just one
Facts.
person. If they feel like like bory one or that J one or whatever, whoever they're mad at, then that's their opinion. You're just one person's opinion, and nobody could take that from you. So just keep your platform the way that you're doing it, because you're obviously doing something right if people are watching and looking out for their W's,
Definitely. Yep. Yep. Hell
right?
yeah.
And why did he put the why did he put it on
Ooh,
private? Why did he put it on private? If he wanted to have a W, why did he put the
facts.
video on
That's
private?
what I was trying to do, because I did talk to Problem Child, like it was a one-on-one conversation. Then Seven joined in. I told Seven like, yo, I don't mind doing the review over again, but I have to finish looking at it. If I can't finish looking at it, I'm not changing nothing. You put it on private, so I'm thinking, okay, he must have did something in that video he doesn't want me to see. You feel me? So
Well, your rules are if
yeah,
somebody jumps in, that's an automatic
yep,
L anyways, right? I mean, you gave it to me because of
yep,
BK
yep,
jumping
yep.
in. So they did
Yeah,
jump BK
that's
and
what
they
they
did
kept on
jump
telling me.
Dilly.
Like they kept on telling me, BK never got jumped, and I keep on telling them release the
Yes, he
video
did.
so I can see
Yeah,
it. And
yes, he did. Yes, he did. They were side busting, laughing. They were side busting,
so
laughing, and doing
you
all
was in a
kinds of
live
shit.
stream watching
See,
the
you
whole
notice
thing.
when we did the thing with Cuddy? Yeah, I
Okay.
watched the whole thing. And so when I watched the whole thing, I watched it
Uh-huh.
right to the end. They did the same thing to Dilly as they did to BK. And they said, come into the wolves, come into the lions. That's what they were saying. Yo, oh, they're hungry. Jay Guns was like, oh, he's hungry, he's hungry. They're
Wow.
hungry. They want you. They, not him. It was okay. So if it was supposed to be Bory versus BK, it should have just been those two and everybody else mute
Yep.
their mics. No side busting on from, and you can hear it. BK clipped it. He showed you.
Man, that's oh my god.
And I'm not saying that
Uh,
BK won the mic up or Bori won the mic up. I'm just saying that the whole setup was wrong. The whole setup to begin with was wrong. If you're gonna do a one-on-one, why not? Why doesn't Bori just have a invite BK
yep.
one-on-one, or BK invite Bori one-on-one and stream it live or
Man,
something? Why are they in there? Why does it have to be in a 7B mic up full of 10 people in there?
that's that's
Because
crazy.
that's pressure in
Yeah,
itself, right? Tell me that's not
that is
pressure in
pressure.
itself. That's not pressure in itself just going in there. Like Dilly said, like, I know I'm about to go in there and they're
Yep.
all going to come at me, but fuck it. At least I'm man enough to go in there and do it. You're calling me out on a live stream. I'm not pussy. I'm going to go in there and do what I got to do.
Oh man, it just seems like, because like I said, BK did show me proof. I used that proof of him winning the W. Um, like I said, people was really mad about it. Almost got set up. Now it got to a point that they made a exposed video of me. Have you seen it?
I seen the exposed video and I seen that they were doing, I don't know if I think I showed you a screenshot of what I wrote on the one thing just in
Uh,
case they took it down. Because I feel like, when they were doing your voice, when
yeah.
Laces was doing your voice, I feel like he was copying me and Wishful when we were clowning the situation that happened with JC and you guys were
Yeah,
doing that
yeah.
phony shit, right? Like it was
Uh,
jokes. So I feel like they were copying us, which again, dick riders. And then I feel like them doing the Dead by Daylight thing, calling out people on the mic ups, is again, they're dick riding VIP. Yet they're saying VIPK.
man.
So I felt like they just really want to be us. At the end of the day, they're trying to use my name, your name, anybody who's got any type of clout at the moment, they're trying to use their name to get big by putting it
Uh,
on their channel. Because as soon as I see like Kitty something, of course we're gonna click it. One mic something, of course you're gonna click it. So if anybody puts, oh, Laces versus Fast or Laces versus something, nobody's gonna click on that shit. Who the hell wants to listen to that shit? Nobody. Laces made a new song. Nobody wants to
oh
listen to
shit.
that shit. Laces is doing a Dead by Daylight game. Nobody wants to listen to that shit. As soon as they put Kitty or One Mic or JC or Bori or any big
Uh,
name like Cuddy, any names on here that are known, that's what they're doing, is using our names to get views. They noticed that it works. I seen on Lace's live stream the other day, he had almost 1,000 comments. You know who they're all from? Us
oh
and
wow.
our name. That's all. That's it. They're not getting no views. They're not getting no comments unless they're using our shit on it. And that's how I
Wow.
feel.
That's crazy, man. Like um I feel like I didn't deserve that. I'm gonna be real with that. Like I don't deserve that. Like I just give my people my opinion of how the mic up went down. I give the person an L and I give the person a W. Now, does that mean you gotta be really you gotta be that angry to
And
yeah
go
real
into their
life
real life.
and to
Like,
do that?
yeah, you gotta take, and then not only that, but just like distort the real life too. Like, like they try to take things and make
Yeah,
extra pictures and clown the person and everything, all because they have a platform of like, mic ups and stuff like that. And people have tried. They're trying to do mic
yes.
up reviews and stuff like that. Like you started a trend. I look at it like you're a trendsetter. You're a
Oh
trendsetter. You
man,
started it. You're the original. And nobody can say that you're not because I
man.
mean, I've been watching them since day one. So you're the original
Uh
mic
huh.
up review and interviewer on this game. Whether you're on Nebula or not, you still actually put your time in to listen
Yes.
to the
Oh,
mic ups, right?
boy.
So that's why I said don't stop doing what you're doing because you're obviously doing something right. And whether you give me L's or even if you gave
Uh
Cuddy a
huh.
L, like nobody cares. Anybody who fucks with you is gonna fuck with you
Man,
regardless. So don't
you
worry
know,
about it.
I look at it like I never done anything to Lace. I never disrespected him. I never like cursed him out. I never made a video about him or his family or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know why it give him the rights to do that to me. If I never disrespected you or
Well,
call you out your name, like you should never done that. It's just an opinion.
the reason they're doing that is they're trying to take you down. They think that if they do that, that you're gonna start looking at things in a different light, or maybe possibly, I don't know. To me, if you do something grimy
uh,
like that to me, you're never gonna get my attention. Like when they put my dad's obituary up there, and they put my mom's picture with her eye closed up when she was crying, like when they were doing stupid stuff like that. I mean, you're just exposing how
uh,
lame you are. You're not exposing nobody else. You're not exposing my mom or Kitty or One Mike or whatever. You're only exposing how shitty of a person
yeah.
you are. That's all you're doing. You know what I mean? And Keys was the one who made the VIP exposed video on laces. I never gave no material to
Wow.
Keys. He'll tell you himself. I picked that shit up off of the
Uh,
the kick chats himself. He never got nothing from me. He never got nothing from nobody. He did that shit on his own. So they attacked me for it. So now they're attacking you because you gave somebody
L.
a
A f-
L or a
Yo,
W. Like, what kind of corny shit is
L.
that?
That is it. A
A
L.
L.
Like I realized.
Right.
Go ahead.
And yet he did get
Yeah.
jumped. So, and that's your rules. That's the way that you play it. That's your rules. Somebody gets jumped.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, BK didn't say, "Hey, let me take on
Yeah.
this whole party." It was supposed to be Bory versus BK.
It's crazy, yo. I
Simple.
realize, they're cool with you. You give them W's, but when you give them that first L,
Mhm.
they mad. You give them that second L,
Right.
they super mad. You give them a third L, they would,
They're
yeah.
gonna expose you. They're gonna start doxing you. They're gonna start going into your real life, and they're gonna start finding pictures that's not even your
Oh
family
my
members
god.
and adding it in like it is. Like when they made the Let's Expose VIP, they put in 10 people
Oh
that weren't in
wow.
VIP and put 3
Really?
people that are. Yeah. Yeah, they added a whole bunch of people. They put Fast in there. And so that's why I don't understand how Fast can't see. Like I know
Uh,
he's not blind. I know he can't. I know he could see what's going on because they threw him in the exposed
oh
video from
wow.
before. And so I don't understand how they threw his pictures in there, Guilty's pictures, Miss Thickums. They threw a whole bunch of people in those videos that had nothing to do with
Wow.
no beef. Even Wheeze, like you remember
Yeah.
Wheeze from Home. They
Damn,
threw
we
Wheeze in there.
that's
Like
what?
they threw a whole bunch of people's video, and then they try to say that we flagged it down. We never flagged that shit down. They're trying to say that we're snitches and we're flagging it down. Meanwhile, they're just putting it on
Wow.
private. That's all they're doing. You can't flag no video down and it be down in like 15 seconds. It
And
don't work that way.
you know, I will say this: at least he didn't put my kids up there. So appreciate that. So,
Yeah,
good that he didn't put my
exactly.
kids up there. Um,
You shouldn't have said that because
Oh
now they're
shit.
going to.
Man, you better not, yo.
And, you know, but listen, at the end of the day,
Nah,
nobody cares
man.
about that shit because you're not
Nah,
embarrassed
hell
of your
no.
kids, are you?
Yeah.
I'm proud of my kids, so you want to put my kids up
I don't
there?
like people.
Hey,
You disrespect my kids, man. I'm gonna hurt somebody. That's why I don't want my kids to be
I
on
know.
YouTube, all that. There, you talking shit about my kids. Like I will be really pissed off. I would be really do something.
Well, that's why I was so mad when somebody made a false claim and I had cops at the door and I had to go make a report over some false
Mm-hmm.
accusations about me living with a 15-year-old. And so now what the police department's doing now is anybody who makes any type of
Uh,
call on me, they're gonna have to leave their name, their last name, a phone number,
damn.
an address before they'll even
What?
respond. They're not even gonna respond no more, because it was an anonymous call.
Man, okay. Good thing they changed it up then.
So,
So, yeah,
well, they have to because anybody could just
yep,
call, right? I mean, and that's the thing. That's the thing. I never hid my name on this game. I've never not told
yeah,
anybody my information. 30, 40 people, even JC was on my real life
yep.
Facebook. Like that's how heavy we fucked with each other. Bory was on my real life Facebook. Everybody was on my real life Facebook. So I've never hid
Yeah,
any pictures. So they're not exposing nobody because we let each other on each other's
yeah,
Facebook.
hell yeah. You know,
So,
I'm gonna say this. Like, I don't hate them. Like, I'm not gonna do no retaliation or make an exposed video. It is what it is. If that make them feel good, sleep good at night, congratulations. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna hate on you,
exactly.
man. It is.
You're grown. Yeah, you're grown. Keep doing what you do though, because you're not doing anything wrong by doing what you do. Keep doing what you do. They're exposing themselves by doing
Yeah,
what they're doing. They're exposing the type of lame shit that they do by showing what they do on a daily basis. They hate on a daily basis, so just keep
that's
letting them hate. And if they do put a picture of your kids up there, I mean, like I said, I'm not embarrassed of
no,
what my
my
kids look
baby's
like,
cute.
and I know you're not embarrassed of what your kids look like.
Shit.
Exactly. And so don't worry about it. It's you, and people know who you are.
Yeah,
You go on live and you show who you are.
yeah,
People know who you are, so you don't have to worry about any fake pictures that they make about you. You don't have to worry about anything. Your
yeah,
opinion is your opinion. If it don't matter to them, they don't have to watch it. They could
yeah.
unsubscribe, right?
Simple,
They don't
simple.
have to
That's all.
watch it.
If
It's
you
simple.
hate my
Cut them off.
opinion, unsubscribe, hit the dislike. It is what it is. You know.
Right.
Shoot. But
Exactly. I did, and you know what? When you gave me the L, I still
what?
gave you a like. Because at the end of the day, I don't really care. I'm on here to support anybody who's
Uh,
doing anything positive. I will always support anybody who's doing anything good, anything positive. I'll always
man.
support it. And even these mic ups and stuff like that, like that's my boys. I like listening to the shit too. It's like I said,
Yep.
it's entertainment. The shit would be
Hell
boring
yeah.
without it.
And,
So,
I feel like I'm doing something good for the PlayStation community anyway. So, I've been doing a lot of interviews.
yeah,
It
you
even
are.
came to, I'm doing interviews with GTA community. They're coming to me now, like, yo, I want to interview. Like, so,
See?
it's growing.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I know, and I'm
Thanks,
proud of you.
thanks.
Like,
Appreciate that.
we had our little falling out before, but like I said, even my son likes watching the
The
intro of
intro.
you. He'll be like clicking on. Listen, that's still a view, right? You got little guys reviewing you,
Oh shit.
so that's good.
Um,
Anyways,
I did told you I was gonna do an interview with JC on the Xbox. You said you was excited. I released it. Um, how you feel about the interview JC was talking about?
well, I mean, it really doesn't have to
Yeah.
do anything with me. Like, it's more of the Xbox or whatever. But I feel like if he feels like it's time to make a new move
Uh huh.
or a new name, there's always room for growth in anybody's
Hmm.
life. Like everybody switches up once in a while. It's gonna be 2020,
Yeah.
time for a change. And if that's what he feels like doing, and if it don't work out, he could always go back because he still owns the
Yeah.
rights to
Yeah.
NHG. So
Yeah.
he could always go back if it don't work out. So I'm always for somebody making a new move or like any type of like if he feels like something ain't
Uh.
working out or he feels like the underdog in the situation. He should definitely, if he feels like he's the top five, he needs to be up there like a boss instead of working it like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. No, he is doing.
So I don't feel like
No,
that's negative.
he doing big moves on the Xbox. You know, he made a new fan called Death Row. That's all him. Now I got another part of that. I didn't make that, so that's all on him. Um, you know, he did talk shit about Seven. Cause I did call JC. Cause I know you. We had a conversation. You see Seven came at me, and I told you, you know, he's mad. I'm not gonna do that. Um, no, the second time I actually called JC. I told him like, yo, Seven up here fucking with me. He told me micing up. Hey, you think you can do this? He was down with it. Um, I don't know
Right.
why people wants to fuck with me. Like, why come to one mic? Oh my
I'm
god.
telling you
Yeah,
why. I
I
just
know,
told
but
you why. You're doing something. I'm telling you
oh shit,
why. It's all hate and envy. That's what it is. It's always gonna be like
man.
that. It's always gonna be like that. Look at what they do to me. Like, if you were really to sit down and ask these people, what has Kitty
Mm,
ever done to you? There's no answer to it. There's no answer. Okay, I talk shit to people who
uh,
talk shit to me. I mean, come on. I don't go and start shit with people for no reason. They start shit with me so hard, and I don't even speak in the
uh,
Kik chat. I don't even talk shit. I don't speak shit. You know, me saying something to somebody who says something to me is not doing anything wrong. Period. If somebody speaks some shit to me and I want to speak back, that's my own that's my own right. I don't ever go at nobody for no reason. I've done so much
yeah,
positive shit with, even 3W or
uh,
whoever. Like 3W, I tried to do all the post ups with them, went to the meetings with them. I sat in their chats and tried to help them, where,
yeah,
gave them advice or whatever. Doesn't mean they have to take it. Again, it's just
yep,
my
of
opinion,
course.
right? Like, that's all I ever do is give my opinion, but it's usually a positive one. And as far as VIP goes, like when people say VIPK, that doesn't bother VIP at all. Like, I'm just letting everybody know that nobody cares about a VIPK because nobody could take VIP.
Uh
Nobody's
huh.
gonna steal our members. Nobody's gonna drop out of VIP. We've been riding with each other too long
Facts.
that no, there ain't nobody on this game that's gonna ever say like Shy Money or Hoop or Cuddy or Like or Greens or Wishful. Nobody's ever gonna come and say, Kitty, I'm gonna leave VIP because they're saying VIPK. Like, we laugh at that shit.
Oh man.
We sit back and we laugh at that shit. We just do what we do and we
Uh
try to
huh.
have fun, and that's all we try to do. And I'm gonna keep doing what I do. And like I said, nobody's ever made me and nobody's gonna break me. And that's just,
Mm,
no matter what they put out. They could put an ugly picture of me from 2003 at a Halloween party. I still know what I look like on
yep.
cam right now. And
True.
anybody who knows me knows what I look like, so I'm not worried about
Man.
it.
Um, it's like, you know, I could say you is. I mean, you popular. I mean, everybody wants you. Everybody wants to beef with you because they can get the attention. That's how they probably want to get their name up. I mean, you famous. Hands down. You just famous. You already proved that. You know, I know once I upload this video, the views probably gonna go crazy because that's how much fame you are. People love you. They see you on the video, they're gonna like the hell out of you. You is the face
I
of
mean, if
Nebula.
they would stop hating, they would love me too. Like, for real, for real. They would really, like, I really don't
Uh
step on
uh
no female's toes on the game. I've never stepped on no female to get to anybody on the game. People try to step on my toes to get to whoever I'm with. And I still say, hey, you want my dude? Shit, call us up in the middle of the night. We'll answer. Like,
Oh shit.
you know what I mean? If it's really that simple. You don't, and if somebody wants to see my pictures or they want to see something, they don't need to go to the next person. They could just
What
hit me
really?
up. Right, hit me up and say, listen, yeah, hit
Oh
me
shit.
up. Like, I'll give it to you before anybody else will, I
Wow.
promise you. Like that's just how I feel.
Uh
I'm
huh.
not insecure about myself. I don't pretend to be
Uh huh.
somebody that I'm not. J Guns claimed that I was
Oh, you
catfish.
did say
I've
that.
never been catfish. Jay Guns was the one who was catfish on the game. I still got the pictures. I got the pictures that other people sent me, that he sent, and I got the pictures that he sent me. And I've got a video of him
What?
live, so I know what
I
he looks
knew
like
it. I
now, and
told
that is not the
JC
same
because he
person.
was like, somebody put a picture of Seven. I'm like, yo, I know Kitty gotta have a picture of Seven. I knew it.
I've got a video
Yeah,
of
we got a
him. I've got a
video.
video of him showing me like his face all the way
Wow.
down. Like I know who he is. He's like, see, I'm not fat. Like I have a video of him. So he's got
Okay,
videos of
okay.
me. So he knows who I am. I know who he is. Like we know who each other
Uh,
are. And at the end of the day, there was pictures that were being
uh,
passed around that were from Jay
wow.
Guns, and it had like I still remember that. I still have it on my
What?
PS3 in there, and that's where this whole had a half burnt face or whatever came from. Now, whether somebody else put that out there, I don't know. I don't know the whole story behind all that. I just know that that's who everybody thought was Jay Guns back on the game. But as far as me, I've never been catfish. I've never had to be catfish. I just
Uh,
never showed myself. I never had. Don Dada was the first person who forced me to get
where?
a mic, like
Uh-huh.
like a cam, and he was like, "Kitty," he was like, "It's time. Like I want to see you." I'm like, "All right, shit, I'll go get one." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not gonna
Wow.
get one." That's the first person to see me on cam, and then he verified it from then on out. Like I'm not the type of person to go show everybody who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go and VChat with everybody. I showed him who I was, and he verified it, and
Man.
that's all there is to
Okay,
it.
okay.
After that, once I wasn't with my
Uh-huh.
baby's dad in real life, that's when I started going in VChats and stuff like that because I was single. But when I was with somebody in real life, I'm not gonna disrespect them and
Mm-hmm.
go into VChats and stuff like that while I'm dating. You know?
Man, I know,
So
like, did you and Sarah actually dated? This was on PlayStation Home or this was on Nebula?
on PlayStation Home, me and
So,
Seven
how
messed
long?
around. Like we messed around. Like I think it was around
Mm,
2012 or something like that. And we had messed around. He supposedly took pictures of me and he showed it to Stax in his Harbor studio. And then that's when Bory had come to me and he said, "Yo, be careful with Seven because not Seven
J
at the time.
Guns.
It was Jay Guns. That was his name. Be careful with Jay Guns because he's recording you and he's taking
Wow.
pictures of you." And so that's when I was like,
Damn.
whoa, what? And Stax had told me, yeah, Stax is like, yeah, I saw pictures of you, whatever, and of your titties and stuff. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
And I was like really hurt because I really like thought Jay was cool people and he would
Uh-huh.
never do me like that. So then that's when I kind of just kept my distance. Like I kept my distance. I didn't stop fucking with him completely, but people would tell me that when he was like DJing and stuff that he would say fuck VIP and try to turn people against us and stuff like that. But anybody who knows us fucks with
Uh-huh.
us because we're cool people.
Hey,
Like every single person
how
in
long you
VIP
was
is
dating
cool.
J Guns?
Well, on the game, we didn't really like have like an
Oh,
official
okay.
relationship. I don't think we've ever really been official. But he had told me if me and Bory ever break up, because he was like, "Yo, we were supposed to be
Uh-huh.
something on here, like me and you were supposed to be something." I had brought J Guns to Nebula. He didn't even know what
What?
Nebula was. He downloaded Nebula
Oh,
because of
wow.
me. So I brought him to the game, and it was supposed to like in his mind it was supposed to be me and him, and that's when me and Bory had hooked up. So when me and Bory had hooked up, he spazzed out on me and he was like, "Yo, it's supposed to be me and
Oh,
you."
wow.
And I told him, I'm like, he's like, "If something ever happens between you and Bory, I want my chance. I don't care who I'm dating
Yeah,
and
he was trying to
whatever."
get you
You know what
back.
I mean? So I was like,
Oh,
not really
okay.
back. I mean, this was all the way back from 2012. He just wanted to
Oh,
start
okay,
something
okay.
like a power couple type thing.
Oh, wow.
So then when me and Bori broke up, I had went to him and I'm like, me and Bori, blah blah blah, whatever, shit happened. And he was with Fancy at the time, and he told me, well, oh, she's on my dick, yada yada yada, whatever. And then he's like, I'll drop all my females for you. And so that's when basically he broke up with Fancy in front of me. Fancy was mad that she wasn't getting invited to
Uh-huh.
the party or whatever happened. And then you know, me and him tried. We tried to get something going, but it just
Damn.
wasn't working. Like to me, he was too involved with
Oh,
the
really?
game. Like there was no like just Kitty and Jay. It was like Kitty, Jay, all of 7B, all of 7G, whatever he was doing at the time, and that was more important to him than a relationship. And me, I'm like, if I'm in a relationship, I want it to be me and you with all of our friends, not
Yeah.
just, you know, not just about his bullshit drama all the time. So that's why I kind of distance myself from that
Okay,
situation.
okay.
So
I asked Fancy, did she knew you on PlayStation Home? She said she never knew you on PlayStation Home. So, is that true? You never, y'all never crossed paths on PlayStation Home?
well, the most I knew of her, like me and her
Uh,
never knew each other as far as like we never really got into a conversation until Nebula. But I
uh,
knew of her. I'm sure she knew of me, but if she says she didn't know who I was, she didn't know who I was. But there was a friend of ours, Blizzy, and he used to tell me that every time I come around,
oh
she would
wow.
leave. And I mean, unless there was another Fancy Marie on the other
Uh
game,
huh.
like on home, the girl's name was Fancy Marie on the game, and every time I came around, Blizzy would tell me like, "Yo, every single time you keep fucking it up, like
Damn.
your cock block." And I'm like, "Listen, Blizzy, I don't even know the female, like." And so she says I don't even know a Blizzy. So again, unless there's another Fancy Marie, that's who I remember. Her and Blizzy used to always be at the playground together,
Okay,
but
okay.
I didn't know. I don't really know her. We only spoke. Jay Guns told me that
Uh,
she hated me. I didn't know why, because I didn't know her. He told me she hated me. So after I had asked her for myself, I'm like, "Do you hate me? Like what's the issue?" And she's like, "I don't hate you. I don't even know you." And from then on we were cool. Like it was smooth sailing from then on. And even after the Jay Gun situation happened, I never threw it in her face. I never told her about it. I just kind of let it go so that they could get back, you know, into the way that they were before. I just let it go like
okay,
that.
okay. I want to get your honest
Yeah.
opinion. Did you feel like I was sneak this in Fancy when I was talking to Mary?
No.
Mm.
No, I feel like you were just being honest. Like you were just saying, like, you know, just giving your opinion. I don't think you were
Okay.
sneak dissing her. You didn't say nothing
Nah,
bad about
nah.
Fancy, right?
It was just
No,
when
I don't.
when Mary was trying to come at Fancy, I hit her up like, yo, you need to chill, cause if you might go with her, you gonna kill her. Like, just chill. Like, just leave her alone.
I feel like you just had
Yeah.
Fancy's back. Like you just had Fancy's back. I don't feel like you sneak dissed. I feel like you had her back, and I probably Jay Guns probably had something to do with that too, because he probably like how he told Fast, Kitty's talking about you. Kitty's doing this, da 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 this. So he probably went to her and said, "One Mike said this," and got Fancy all riled up
Yeah.
to make, you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's I just feel like he's the mastermind behind all this. I feel it. I feel it in my soul. I feel like that's what's going on. I don't even hate him. That's the thing. I don't hate him. I actually prayed for him. I went to church on Christmas after he sent me all those nasty messages. I
Uh
prayed for
huh.
him. Like to me, like I said, he needs Jesus. Just leave it at that.
You need
And
Jesus.
anybody who's going into anybody's real life on this game really needs Jesus, because why are you taking this to people's real life? This is just a social
Uh,
game, a social platform for everybody to chill with. Anybody who's got any type of online beef, keep it
I'm a,
between the two. Why are you taking it to people that are like
I'm
innocent?
gonna ask you something, but we about to get a live reaction out of you. I sent you something on Kik, and I want you to look at it.
Okay.
I want to ask you this question.
There's no
Yeah,
sound on
just got
them?
press play.
Okay, hold on.
Bro, you should know me, nigga. I ain't
cool with niggas that did me dirty or shit. She was like, yo, woman, you got day by day life. Let me go ahead and play with you tonight. Like, I'm gonna invite you to our game and shit.
Nigga, I was playing it off. It's called playing it off. Nigga.
Nah, you just cop please with a nigga with brains, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Fuck.
Nigga, I was playing it off. I'm like, all right, any minute now, Laces is gonna hit. He gonna start hitting.
Nah, nigga, cause God damn it, you should have fucking told me because I would have beat the fuck out of your nigga. I always wanted to.
Fast shit, hurry up, get in the party, but you had already left.
I didn't even hear one mic on the mic at all though when I first came in here. I didn't hear him say not a word.
Yeah, he must have muted you when you first joined.
I don't fucking know. I really don't know because he didn't say anything.
I'm gonna start doing that shit. When niggas join the party, I'm gonna start muting niggas, man. Bitch, I got nap time.
Okay, I'm gonna give my honest opinion on that. I feel like he's just playing it both ways. I feel like he was probably being cool with you and still trying to keep it cool with Laces. I feel like he was trying to set you up to get jumped by either Laces or whatever he was gonna do, but still try to keep it cool with you. He probably didn't even know that live was being broadcast.
Wow. You know,
that's how I feel. That's how snaky. And listen, his name is Grimy. He claims himself as Grimy. So that's my honest opinion. He was either trying to set you or Laces up for failure. Somebody he was trying to set up. I mean, he plays cool with everybody. He tries to play cool with everybody, but really he has some type of mastermind manipulation going behind the scenes.
That's crazy. I asked BK about that too. I told him that he was telling me that Power Child was in it too. Now, I can't prove that, but do you think Power Child will do something like that?
Well, I mean, I know Problem Child doesn't really. I mean, after all the shit that went down with the whole, NHG versus 7G and all that, I think that he feels some type of way. Like, Boy's whole slogan is, once you're an op, you'll never see me with them. That's his motto. So to him, you're probably an op. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. I'm not in Bory's mind. But like from knowing him from previous, and again, Jay Guns is probably in his ear telling him a bunch of bullshit. And so I can't tell you for sure. That's something that I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know that. I'm not going to say Bory for sure did that, but I don't think Bory's not really the type to set up. He's usually like straightforward.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
he's usually really, really straightforward with it. Like, he's usually like, listen, if I have an issue, he's not usually set up. He's usually like, listen, pick up your phone. I want to do this or I want to do that. I feel like Seven was probably the mastermind behind that. I don't know. I don't know. People told me that Bory was two-faced. People told me that Bory was talking shit about me even before we got cool again. People told me all types of shit. And so, again, until I see proof, it's hard for me to. Proof is always in the pudding to me. So if I see proof of Bory talking shit about me, that's when I go off of proof, really.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Bory would do that. Maybe,
I don't feel like that either.
Know.
Like, I don't feel like he will set me up, because I feel like we got a little good relationship. Not like super good, but we got respect for each other. I don't feel like he was trying to set me up, but BK was telling me that Power Child will do something like that, but I hardly believe that he would do something like that.
Well, I know he didn't like you. He didn't like you from all that shit that went down with the whole, the NHG shit coming after us. Because again, we were all supposed to be all fam, So I feel, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's something you have to hit Bory up and ask him specific. I don't see. Again, people tell me he talks shit about me to this day, and I haven't seen no proof. I only know what I heard him talking to me to BK. And the back and forth shit, and that's when I knew he was two-faced against me, because him trying to play his little Dr. Phil, as he calls it, I don't think that's playing Dr. Phil by telling me one thing and going to somebody else and talking shit about me. Like, that's not playing fix up. You know what I mean?
Yo,
That's breakup.
I gotta talk about this right here. What the hell happened between the Micah with Private Child and JC? You know, both of us was in two different parties. Nobody didn't want to join each other party. You know, I was watching y'all live stream.
Well, I think that he didn't want to join because he felt like he was gonna get set up, because at the time, you know, everybody was booting, like JC and them. They were all working with a bunch of booters. We weren't gonna do nothing grimy, so that's why he was saying, tell them, like, Bory trusted me at the time, so Bory was like, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come into your party because he trusts me. He knows I'm not gonna bring nobody else in. So that's why I said, let's do this in here. And I don't think he was scared for him to join. He just didn't want to join to get booted because he already had to go switch his router. You know what I mean? So that's all. It was really nothing that big. It was just basically which broadcast we're going to do it on. And he didn't want Josiah to do it because Josiah's live stream, he feels like, why would we, as in like 7G or 7GIP or VIP, why would we go on to another stream when we got our own channel with it's ours? Why? Like, you're not going to go do a one mic interview on my live stream, are you? Exactly. So Bory was like, we've got our own shit. Why are we going to go into Josiah? What has Josiah got to do with it? That's how he felt.
Okay.
Like, why is Josiah trying to host up live streams?
Okay,
Yeah, that's how he felt.
Okay, because I got to a point like, okay, let's just join, or can we lease debate like who can go in the party? JC wasn't trying to hear that. I know y'all were like, forget Josiah, like, yo, just invite me and JC, or invite me and JC and Josiah, let him live stream the mic up, you know, two parties. Not two parties.
Well, everybody could have live streamed it, right? Like, I sent them all invites.
Yeah,
I sent
I
you
got
an
that
invite, JC and Josiah. Yeah, and so I sent everybody the invite to it. I just feel like Bory felt like it was going to be a setup because he had gotten set up previously by JC and Finest and them. At the time, he got set up and got his IP taken, and then they booted him out. So, and again, I don't have no ill will against Bory. You know, I don't feel like he set me up on purpose. If he does speak anything about me now, I hear a little bit here and there. I don't really care. I don't care about what he says about me or what anybody says about me on the game. They can speak all they want. The facts speak for itself. We fucked with each other hard body. Everybody knows it. It's on they've got it on your channel. I don't switch up on nobody. If you're mad at me because I become cool with anybody, I mean, that's something you have to deal with on your own. I mean, I never had no issue between Finest and them. I feel like that was BK and Finest having a competition against each other. That's how I felt. And so me and Bory were stuck between the middle of it. We were stuck.
Damn. Okay.
But I do feel like this, though. I feel like Bory, he did fake to me about a lot of shit. Like, he said, you know, no matter what, BK is still always going to be like a nephew to him, like Spot, which is his brother. He said that's always going to be like Spot to me, and I feel like I could never like turn against him. Like, I'm the one who's there for him and this, that, and the other. So I feel like he did turn on BK and he did turn on me. I don't know why. I don't know what the real reason is behind that. That's something you're going to have a one-on-one with Bory on that one. But, and you know, even with Juicy, you know, because me and Bory used to talk about all kinds of stuff in private. And he knows all what he said to me and vice versa. And I feel like he took what I said and told people. And I still to this day ain't never turned on him like that, you know? So, I don't know. That's just,
I just feel like that whole situation was just all messed up. Because I remember, because we had a conversation, like, you was going to set it up, because, you know, you was going to set it up, and, you know, everything was going to be good. At that moment, oh, like, that shit was out of hand. Like, it wasn't clean. The setup wasn't right. You had two different parties. Nobody didn't really agree who's going to join the party and all that.
Well, and JC
Yeah.
lied too. JC lied because JC said that he was at Walmart. Meanwhile, he sent me an invite to a
Oh damn.
party. And I had apologized to
Oh,
JC for setting him up because I feel like it should have been
oh, I
legit
was
and
gonna
it should have
talk
been
about that.
when
I was
there's
gonna
no kids around.
talk.
Yeah, I feel like I felt
uh,
so bad, after all that happened, and that's why it's not up.
yeah.
If you notice, we
Oh, you
never
sure
posted
did.
it.
You sure
We never
did.
put that up because no, and because I felt like I was going out of character
Uh,
by doing that because I had made up a situation to JC to get him to pick up the phone. I knew JC was ducking. And, we all
yeah.
have kids. Like, I've got kids too. JC's got kids. We all got lives, and it should have been. I feel like if two people are going to mic up, it should be like, okay, you want to mic up? Yeah, I want to mic up. Let's go. It shouldn't be like set up like that. And I apologize for that. And I apologize straight to JC.
Okay.
And
Okay.
again, me and JC's cool now. And as far as I last knew, me and Bory was cool till he deleted me again. So I don't know who got in his ear. It is what it is. I really don't care. I don't care one way or another who's
Uh
cool
huh.
with me and who's not. If you're cool with me, that's good. And if you're not cool with me, it doesn't affect my life.
Okay. What I wanted to ask you about this right here. Oh, man, I was trying to plug in my controller. But man, the mic up between Problem Child and BK. What you feel about that mic up? What was your opinion on that? Because my opinion. Oh,
I
let me
feel
finish real quick. My
okay.
opinion, because when I was listening to it, my little 30 minutes of reviewing the mic up, um, it was hard for me to like hear BK because on top of that, I was looking
Hmm.
for his live stream because he normally live stream his mic up, so I didn't see that he didn't live stream it. I did an interview with him that's gonna be released. He explained to me why he didn't broadcast because he got like an app he could talk and stuff.
Right. That's why you couldn't hear him neither because again, his mic, he
Mm-hmm.
ordered a new mic or whatever, and his mic never came in. So they were calling him in, and he's like, the only thing that I could do is go in on the app. So I'm like, well, just do your best because they're just gonna call you a
Yep,
duck
yep.
regardless if you don't show up in the mic up. So he went in and he did his best, and I feel like if everybody else was just being quiet, you could have heard back and forth what
Mm-hmm.
people were saying. It's just because of all the side busting and all, like he said, there was too
Too
many
many
people
people.
in there. A mic up should be one
Yes, of
versus
course.
one.
That's why I have mic up reviews. I'm trying to balance the mic ups, like what should not be happening, what should happen. So it's hard for me to keep it balanced because motherfuckers be doing crazy shit. Damn. But the mic up, like I just had a hard time me hearing BK. Like I heard him, but I just like it was kind of too low for me. Then you have Problem Child going loud, throwing out facts and all, and it was just crazy. So I just stopped watching it because I had to do something anyway. And I just saved the video, and then I got on private. Um, you know,
I
uh,
just think that if they like Jay Guns wanted to hear BK, I think he wants to seriously like crush that whole relationship completely so that he could be like BK and be like Bory's best friend or
really,
whatever the
wow,
case may be. Because I feel like Jay always wanted to be
you
Bory.
think so?
Because as soon as Bory left the game the first time, oh yeah. Because
Oh
as
shit.
soon as Bory left the
Uh huh.
game the first time, when he took a break off the game, he took over 7G the next day. He went from like red to gray in one day, and it was supposed to be like a
Word.
trolling thing. And then he really took over 7G. Nobody's gonna take over. That would be like a female taking over my spot if I leave the
Oh
game.
wow.
So I feel like and he wanted me too. Like he wanted his girl, he wanted his fam, and so that means that he obviously envied Bori enough to want to be
Wow.
him, and Don Dada as well too. Like the same reason he brought up Don Dada, he put on his kick the other day the real Don Dada. He hit Don Dada and tried to get him caught up in the mix, and Don Dada was like,
Wow.
listen, all this shit right here, like you need to get some real lives, people.
Oh shit.
Like Don is not about to do this shit back and forth on a game. Like y'all need to just get back to reality because this game is
Wow.
not
Okay.
reality.
Okay. I asked BK is there any way you and Power Child could squash the beef? Because it was real tight. Like nobody couldn't break them up. Is there any way they gonna
Right.
at least squash it and try to work on the friendship? He told me nah. Like once he did the Michael with him, he is done. He not fucking with him. He's over it. What about you? Is later on in the future? Can you?
I feel like anything's possible. I feel like anything is possible. I feel like, you know me, like I'm a Libra, so I could squash anything. I could forgive anybody. I forgive people for myself, not for them. I ain't carrying that burden on myself. But I think that if BK and Bory, there's so much alike, like those two, like, the fact that they called each other family, that should be for life. Family fights in real life and they get in fights and they can make up, but they're both hard-headed. Like both of them got like this, they're both hard-headed and they would both really have to have a one-on-one and probably have to have an excuse like, oh, it was all Kitty's fault or it was all something in order to be back. But
that's crazy.
I don't know. I just feel like too much stuff was said. Like, too much shit was said between the two of them that it's hard for them to, like, forget about that stuff because they were really trying to hurt each other's feelings,
Man,
I don't know.
I hope y'all squash it.
But anything's possible.
Like,
yeah, anything's possible. Bory tried. I mean, like I said, I just think Jay Guns, I think he really is Satan. I mean, Jay Guns clearly said, he said, I'm Satan himself. Like, even your Jesus can't save you. And I feel like he's got a hold of Bory right now, and he's got a hold of other people, and he, like, makes people hate people for no reason. And that's how I honestly feel. I mean, he calls his own woman a bitch. He knocks down other females. He tries to, anybody that's been his fam that rode for him for so long, he exposes them in the end if they leave the fam. So I just feel like, again, this is, and I'm probably going to get, like, all kinds of feedback from this because that's just where I feel like the manipulation is all coming from. And Jay Gunn's excuse about, he said, Kitty, the reason I got mad at you was because Hawk said on a live stream that Kitty don't fuck with you. And you're going to get mad at somebody saying that Kitty don't fuck with you? You're going to get that mad at me? That don't even sound right.
wow. Yeah, no.
That don't even sound right. Like, just that's something you hit somebody up on the kick like, hey, this person said you don't fuck with me. Is that true? That's not something you can't really say. You can't really say, oh, I got that mad at you because some other person said that you don't fuck with me.
That's tough. I don't know why they be doing all that. Ooh. I did a micro review on Keon going against Fast. Now, Seven had a problem with me giving Keon a W because
wow.
I guess because Keon was micing up with Pablo Child, then
tell Seven to quit being a crybaby bitch. Like, he needs to stop being a crybaby bitch. Like, this is gonna be 2020. You're a grown ass man, and you're crying over a game. Like, quit crying.
He was telling me that Keon said some gay shit, suck my dick from the back. I was trying to explain to him if I would have counted that mic up, Keon would still would have won because the reason why Seven jumped in. So if he said suck my dick from the back, Keon would still win that W because y'all still jump him. That's why. And
not only that, but Keon is just like the mic up champ right now. Like Keon could. There ain't nobody that like I've never heard a mic up between anybody but Dilly and Keon that was like toe to toe, head to head. Holy fuck! Like, you know what you need to do? Oh my god! I don't know if I should just save this or just hit you up on the side with it. Like, I have a really crazy idea for you to do. I don't know if I should even say it on here. I should probably hit you up on the kick. But I was gonna say you need to break it down to like your top 5 mic ups of the year before the new year ends. Like before the yes, because I'm telling you, like Dilly and Keon to me, like in my opinion, that mic up right there, I think it was on BK's channel. that mic up between Dilly and Keon was just like the biggest mic up that I've ever heard on the whole
somebody
game.
asked me that too. Can I make a video of the top five? Yeah,
Top
top
10
five
or top
fans.
5 of the year?
The top.
That will be a very big video of yours because people, like I said, people look up to your W's and your L's, and which is the best to you. Oh, yeah. Like I've heard some good mic ups, but yeah, that is one of the greatest ones that I've heard
Yeah,
so
like
far.
Tupac
Like,
with Michaels right now. That nigga just be going off. Oh my god.
yeah, he does. Yeah,
Oh shit.
definitely. And like I said, my mind don't change. I'm not gonna switch up on nobody. I still think Bory. I still think Bory is
Yeah.
still a good. He is just good on the mic too. But again, you got to go one on one. If you want to mic up with somebody, it's got to be like, or if you have a whole group of people, we all muted our mics for Cuddy and Laces.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nobody jumped in. Mute your mic. It should be like a rule. Like for 2020, going forward, if you're in a group full of people, everybody mute your mic until they're done talking, and that's it.
Oh man.
No jumping. Like that situation with Pawn when they did that to Dilly, when Pawn passed it over to somebody. That's an automatic L. You don't pass it on to nobody. Like.
Oh my gosh. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
For real. Especially get mad if you take an L. That's crazy. Well,
mad because you take an L.
Like, I know it's like.
I want you to reverse mine. God damn it! You gave me. Jeez. I'm about to expose you. Hold on. Let me find some old pictures of you. I'm about to go onto my PS3 and go find that old video.
Hey,
I'm about to go find that old shit. I'm about to expose you for giving me an L.
Yo, oh man, that is tough. I didn't know L's would piss people off like that, man. God.
I don't feel like you're dick riding nobody because really you don't hit none of us up. I don't feel like you're dick riding nobody. I think you're just doing what you do.
Review?
No.
Okay.
No. I've been watching, and even, like I said, I didn't even fuck with you before. I was mad that you made that one video of me. I was like, why is he talking about me? I don't even, like, talk about one mic. No, I don't feel like you're biased. I feel like that's your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion, and you are you, and that's your opinion. I don't feel like you pick favorites. I feel like people come to you and they show you proof. And you go off of the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. And
shoot, I actually work with the person. You hit me up and you feel like I did something wrong, I'll go back and look at it. You know, I do definitely try to work with people who feel like, oh, I must have missed something or anything. I will go back and look at the video again. But over that, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Kitty, man, thanks for coming by. You know.
Thanks for having me.
Again, you're a regular guest on my show, man. You know, just hit me up anytime you want to do an interview. Anytime.
Anytime.
Like I said, thanks for coming by. Before I end this video, anything else you want to say?
I just want to give a shout out to VIP and 3W and NHG and everybody else who supports anything that we do and anything positive that anybody's got going on. You know, we're down to work with anybody who's doing anything positive.
You know, before I end this video, what do VIP got in the future for 2020?
Well, like I said, we want to do more shows now that we want the drama to go away first. Like all this nonsense drama, you know, when we tried to have the Christmas party, people were coming in trying to do lame shit. And I tried to explain to people, this isn't home. We don't have promo to kick people out. We don't have the ability that we had on home to be able to like chill. So all that I want to do is have shows. There was something that I was working with on the side with PJ. We were going to do like The View or like our point of view type show. So I wanted to work with like other fans. Yeah. Yeah, and like TKO, like TKO is
Ooh.
still in the mix, so we're gonna try and get TKO organized. So between TKO, some talk shows, some just lots of fun. Like I want to have lots of
Uh-huh.
fun with it. I don't want to. It's not going to be all drama, but of course there's going to be mic ups still. This I don't think
No, I
that's
don't think
ever
so.
going to
Yeah.
change.
There probably be some
You
new
know,
mic
and
ups, but
yeah, so
other than that,
some new mic ups. And yeah, we should just have some new rules for 2020 going forward. Like if you're gonna mic up, and the thing is with me, if you want to mic up with me and I go and I wait into a party for an hour and you don't show up, don't invite me
two
two
days
days
later.
later because you're not gonna get my time. Yeah, don't do that because I already went into mic up with you and you didn't show up and you were on the game or in the broadcast talking. So I'm not. Don't call me a duck because I'm not coming in 5 days later. Like I got more important things to do in my life than to wait till your
Yeah.
time. You know,
Oh shit.
that's
Okay,
how I
okay.
feel.
I'm
But
excited for 2020, man.
yeah,
Yo,
thanks for
thanks,
having me
man.
too.
I
Anyways,
really
this
appreciate
was
you coming
fun.
by, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video,
Hmm.
man. This is your boy NHG1Mic. Subscribe, comment, like, and stay tuned for the next video. I'm out of here, man.